As Kartikeya was protected by the gods in his battle with Tarak, so did Shahaji and other Rajas gather around Malik Ambar. The general was not only as brave as the sun and wondrous in power, but also a man of most terrible deeds, before whom enemies quaked in fear. Even in death, he was like a brilliant setting sun. These words from the Shiv Bharat were penned down during the reign of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Why was Malik Ambar, the Ethiopian slave turned de facto ruler of the Nizamshahi Sultanate, was revered by the Marathas? Malik Ambar demonstrated to the local Maratha leaders that with cunningness in politics, cleverness in administration, and courage on the battlefield, an independent state can defy all odds and flourish. The epitome of this principle was experienced in the Battle of Bhatwadi, when all three enemies, Mughals, Adilshahi and Qutbshahi, united against them. In this video, we will continue the story of Malik Ambar from where we left off in our last video and walk through the history to the eve of the Battle of Bhatwadi. This is only a supplementary video to set the stage for our upcoming series, which will tell the history of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj through high quality animations, immersive voice acting and captivating sound design. Only your support can make this series possible. Visit the links in the description to know more. Malik Ambar, as we have seen, had not only prevented the destruction of the Nizamshahi, but had also reinstated it as a powerful state in the Deccan. Since many Maratha chiefs dominated the region under Nizamshahi, Ambar empowered their light cavalry, made them masters in quick raids, surprise attacks, hit-and-run tactics, etc. to counter the heavily armored and huge but bulky, slow and undisciplined armies of the Mughals. Maloji Bhosle and Lakhuji Jadhav were two of the most prominent Maratha leaders in the Nizamshahi court. In around 1605, they strengthened their alliance by marrying their children Shahaji Bhosle and Jizabai Jadhav. This union would give birth to Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, the founder of the Maratha Empire. By 1612, Malik Ambar had repeatedly thwarted the Mughals' attempt to expand their territory into the Deccan. So furious was the Mughal Emperor Jahangir that he commissioned this painting depicting himself shooting arrows at the severe head of Malik Ambar. Frustrated and yet determined, he now sent the best of his sons, Prince Khurram, with the mission to take Malik Ambar down. To all the Mughal generals so far, Malik Ambar seemed difficult to break through, but Prince Khurram looked to break him from within. And yes, there was a way. Mughal court chronicler Mutamad Khan writes about an incident that took place in 1613. A group of Ambar's followers concealed themselves till they found the opportunity to getting close to him. One of them gave him an effectual wound, but not one to kill him. All the conspirators were killed. This failed attempt on Malik Ambar's life by his own fellow courtiers was just one manifestation of the dissension growing amongst his loyalists. They complained that his rule is heavy-handed and his behavior arrogant. It was these very cracks in the Nizamshahi court that Prince Khurram were looking to exploit. He began to lure the discontented Nizamshahi chiefs to the Mughal fold, offering them respectable positions, wealth and security. While Khurram schemed thus, Ambar, instead of reconciling with his loyalists, deepened the divide by pitting his generals against each other. Perhaps Malik Ambar indeed had grown too arrogant to address the differences with them. An incident from Shiv Bharat exemplifies Malik Ambar's stratagem. During a royal gathering, an elephant belonging to a noble in Nizamshahi court went rampant, leading to a deadly misunderstanding between the Bhosle and Jadhav clans, the very families that would give birth to Shivaji Maharaj. In the confusion, Shahaji Bhosle killed his brother-in-law, Dattaji Jadhav. In retaliation, Lakhuji Jadhav wounded his son-in-law Shahaji and killed Shahaji's cousin, Sambhaji. Although further bloodshed was prevented, the two families could now no longer serve together. Lakhuji Jadhav left Nizamshahi to join the Mughal camp, where Khurram received him warmly. Historians speculate that this accident was deliberately arranged by Malik Ambar, fearing the two chiefs getting too powerful for him to handle. Many more such defections kept hollowing the Nizamshahi. Soon, Khurram's schemes came to fruition. Mughals dealt a crushing defeat to Malik at the Battle of Nandur in 1616, forcing him to surrender the city of Ahmednagar. Overjoyed, Jahangir granted Khurram the title Shah Jahan, or King of the World, virtually declaring him the Crown Prince. These defeats humbled Malik Ambar. Perhaps now he realized that he was not invincible after all and needed his allies to keep the Sultanate afloat. For the next 3 years, we see him rebuild the Nizamshahi and mend his alliances within the court and also with Adilshahi and Qutbshahi. Malik Ambar again began to put his trust in his officers. It was during this period that Shahaji Bhosle grew in prominence. Fate too favored Malik Ambar. It was now the turn of the Mughals to get entangled in the internal power struggles. Jahangir's wife and Prince Khurram's stepmother, Nur Jahan, began to sideline the prince to favor her preferred successor, Shahryar, to become the next emperor. Our video on Nur Jahan captures the events in some more detail. Khurram, the most successful and experienced Mughal general in the Deccan, was now distracted away. This distraction allowed Malik Ambar to reclaim lost territory. In 1620, he launched a daring raid on Burhanpur, a key Mughal stronghold, invaded Gujarat, and even crossed Narmada to went well into the Mughal lands. By 1622, Khurram had revolted against his father, diverting the Mughal attention away from the Deccan. The moment seemed most opportune for Malik Ambar to seize the Deccan. Since Mughals were unlikely to meddle in the matters of Deccan, Malik Ambar broke his alliance with Bijapur, ousted them from Berar, marched right up to the doorstep of Bijapur, laying siege to its fort. This was a bold move with a huge reward in anticipation. However, met an unexpected obstacle. A disease plagued the horses of his camp, killing 500 of them in a single night. Meanwhile, Sultan of Bijapur had secured aid from Golconda. The Qutbshahi Sultan, fearing Ambar's growing power, joined the alliance against him. But worst of all, another enemy now approached Ambar, one he was relying to stay away from this conflict, the Mughals. Malik Ambar, with a depleted cavalry, now faced 3 enemies against him. There was only one option left for him: to flee towards home 200 miles away. At the ripe age of 76, Malik Ambar's strength was waning, and the long march was taking its toll. The fate of the Nizamshahi Sultanate now rested in the hands of his generals, many of whom were Marathas like Shahaji Raje Bhosle. It was the test for them on which rested their resolve to continue the struggle that Chand Bibi and Malik Ambar had carried out for Swarajya, that is, independence. In the next video, we will look closely at this battle that would prove pivotal in the history of the Marathas and of the whole nation. Again, this is only a supplementary video. High-end animations, authentic history, and captivating storytelling awaits. Support us on Patreon or visit our website to make this vision a reality. Namaste.